What is up, guys? Road to Glory career mode, episode number 4, and today I'm going to do my commentary a bit different. I'm going to talk about the Premier League season because I haven't really done that yet in my videos so far as it's just finished. And I kind of like talking about it really because Premier League's the best league in the world. Apparently, I think it is. It's competitive more than the others. But anyway, now who's the first team to talk about? You just know Leicester City. Unbelievable, Jeff, as Gary Neville would say. They've just blown football out of the world. It just shows that you don't need money to win the league, and just fantastic. Well done to them. I can't really say a lot about them, except they only lost 3 flipping games, and scored 68, conceded 36. Not the best defensive record and not the best goal scoring record, but they got the job done because they did only lose 3 games and they did only draw 12. Now, they won 23 and that's mad. So, well done to them. And, on the last day of the season, obviously Arsenal overtook Tottenham. So, their fans were singing, "It's happened again, it's happened again." That song, which I thought was quite funny actually. So, yeah, Tottenham, They didn't have the best of end of seasons. I think the last 5 games they kind of, bottled it and blew it really. So obviously Arsenal ended the season quite well and in the end took over them and ended up on 71 points and Tottenham ended up on 70. So, quite a controversial season really because as you see, all Arsenal fans wanted Wenger out and he's kind of finished second, which isn't too bad really because, no one's catching Leicester this season. Also, Manchester City beat Man U to 4th place on goal difference. I mean, I'm looking at the table now, and in the top 10, Man U is the second lowest scoring team there. The only team lower than them is Stoke, and they're in 9th with 41. Man U scored 49 goals. Now, compared to all Man U teams, that is pathetic. And I mean, obviously, Louis van Gaal has been sacked on Monday. He was sacked on Monday, and it's looking like Jose Mourinho will be taking over, and it's just incredible. 49 goals. Don't get me wrong, they have the best defensive record joint with Tottenham, only letting in 35, but 49 goals is quite embarrassing to say the Man U. So yeah, Man City didn't do too good as I thought they would. I thought if Leicester didn't have a good season as they did, I thought Man City would have probably won the league, but, they kind of messed up in the end. And they were my favourites going into the start of the season. But anyway, Southampton, the surprising team. Now, they, started absolutely shit. And the people were talking about them getting relegated, which was so surprising. And I mean, after January, I think they only lost about 3 games, which is mad. And as you see in the top 10, they're actually the 3rd highest team to lose the most games. They lost 11, Stoke lost 15, and then Chelsea lost 12. So it just shows you, see how bad season Chelsea had. They only lost 1 more game to Southampton, yet, they drew more. So, it ended up like that. But West Ham, I said they would actually get 5th place. They got 7th in the end. So, look at mine, football knowledge, absolutely shite. So, yeah, they kind of ended it a bit shit, really. They weren't getting the results they kind of wanted. They got a good result against Man United at the last game at the Bowling Ground. But, they finished 7th. And to be fair, They did have a good season, they're bringing in a lot, well, they look like they're going to bring in a lot of good players. They've had 2 bids rejected for 30 million for Lacazette, so it's looking like they might be bringing in some good players. And also Liverpool losing the Europa League final, they won't be up into the Champions League, they're finished 8th. I don't think they've got Europa League this year, so yeah. I mean, it's not really Klopp's fault. He did quite well, to be fair, when he came in, but, Brendan Rodgers kind of fucked it up. And now he's the Celtic manager. But, yeah, again, Chelsea, obviously, they had a shit season. Did a lot better after the sacking of Jose Mourinho. But, again, they had a shit season. And then the team in 11th, Everton, I mean, what the fuck happened to them? They were shite this year, I'm not kidding you. John Stones, how he's got in the England squad, I don't know. He's played absolutely shit. And it's just all round, they were just crap. If it weren't for Lukaku, they wouldn't have won so many games and scored so many goals. So, Everton probably right to sack Roberto Martinez. And, they're going to have to step up next year because they are a top 7 team, realistically. with the players they've got. But to be fair, it's looking like Lukaku's on his way anyway. He's off out. He's off to a different club this year. I think it's certain, to be fair. So, you know, they had to get a goal-scoring player from somewhere. And also, Swansea finished 12th. You know, started pretty shit, but ended it good, like Southampton. All the other teams, you know, they did all right. Watford, they started really well. You know, Igalo and Deeney actually ended up, you know, scoring quite a lot of goals early on. Igalo actually got 15 goals, and Troy Deeney got 13. And then they just ended it quite crap. You know, Gallo kind of didn't pick up any good form after Christmas. Troy Deeney played alright. But, yeah, they did alright. Watford say they've just come up. And, you know, so did Bournemouth. They did quite well to stay up. You know, they didn't really make that many additions. Well, that many good quality additions to the squad. I mean, they have a Turbe from Roma. But how many, you know, games did he kind of play? He didn't play a lot. I don't remember seeing him that much, because I think they preferred Richie to him, to be fair, and that says a lot. But anyway, Crystal Palace, obviously, I think they finished mid-table last year. Didn't do that well this year. Got to an FA Cup final and lost it, which, you know, could count as an alright season, but, you know, in the end, they got enough points what they needed to stay up. But, you know, with the players they've got, you know, Zaha, Balassi, they just need a good striker, really, I think. Connor Wickham, you know, he's not really proved himself in Premier League. He hasn't proved himself this year. So if they get a good striker next year, I think they'll definitely be on the way and definitely, you know, do quite well. But the three teams obviously went down. Aston Villa, absolutely shite. 3 games won. That is embarrassing. Oh, I just don't know what happened to him. And, you know, the same with Norwich, obviously. I said, to be fair, when it got to kind of mid-January, you know, mid-league, halfway through the season, I don't know why I'm using other words, it looked like Aston Villa were off down anyway. So I said it was actually the Aston Villa, Norwich, Newcastle. And to be fair, I was right. I'm not knocking that up. I said it to people that I know, and I was right, because I thought Sam Allardyce was going to do a good job in Sunderland and keep him up, and he did a very good job. And, you know, in the end, he did keep him up. So well done to them. And you know, I don't mind Sunderland, but, you know, they're kind of hanging on. They've been hanging on for about 5 years now. They must have been in about 5 relegation battles. You know, it's every year. I mean, obviously there's going to be teams like that. But at the end of the day, you've got to make good additions, you know. Some of their players aren't good enough to play in the Premier League. And that's why, you know, they aren't doing very well. But anyway, to the most boring and most standard team in the Premier League, West Brom. They finished 14th. They're just there, aren't they? No one cares about them. No one gives a shit about them. They're just always there. You know, they're around relegation, and then, you know, kind of into the kind of later games of the season, you know, they pick up a few points here and there, and they get enough to stay up. So, yeah, West Brom, the most boring and standard team in the Premier League. They also, you know, stayed up, because to be fair, they do have quite a lot of good players. So, you know, what are good for the Premier League and what are good for that team. So, yeah, that's how, obviously, the league ended. I was quite surprised. Obviously, Leicester, the big surprise is where they finished. Also, Man City. I think Chelsea, Liverpool as well. Also, Aston Villa, I don't think you would have thought of them would have gone down at the start of the season. I mean, they made Micah Richards and Julian Lescott their 2 centre-backs, who's played in the Premier League before. You would have thought, God, they'd have stayed up, but no, you know, them two were shite. Definitely Julian Lescott. I mean, every Aston Villa fan wants him dead. So, I mean, you know, just a bad season all around for them. And they might be joining Hull City in the Championship. We'll talk about the Championship in another episode, because obviously I support Hull, so... you know, we've got the playoff final on Saturday. Hopefully we'll get a win, getting back into the Premier League, get that TV rights money, hopefully. But, you know, I just don't see it. I think Sheffield Wednesday might win it. They have more passion. They look like they actually want to go up. So, you know, it'd be a good game, but, you know, we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's how the league ended. My overall, I thought the league was actually really exciting this year. I really liked it. And, you know, you can't go wrong with, I mean, an underdog winning the Premier League, can you? Just absolutely fantastic. Leicester City, I mean, Mahrez's goals was actually 17 and 11 assists. Now, that is mad. And Jamie Vardy, obviously, he had 24 and 6 assists. Now, compared to the others, them two just absolutely play class. I mean, Jamie Vardy obviously scored in the international friendly against Turkey the other day. I mean... he should be starting up front with Kane. Obviously, Kane's a good player. Missed the pen, the prick. But yeah, I think, you know, we might do well in the Euros, but that's for another video. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and guys, I'll be seeing you later. Peace!